This is not what that's about. This is about how I raised my credit score.
Yeah, okay, we're just gonna find my video to you. Okay, do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, say hey everybody.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, I wanted to come to you all today to do a short video about how I raised my credit score, which I really didn't do nothing spectacular. I'm really just beginning to do some research on it. And hey, open that door.
Good.
It's too loud. And I'm really just beginning to do research on it and get books about the best ways to dispute and stuff like that. But what I've done so far is I've raised my score about 70 points without doing disputes and simply focusing on credit utilization and on-time payments, which is
What's down below?
Which is like 60-something% of your credit score is your utilization.
Mommy, please stop very quick. After you're done with this video, comment down below so you can get this video for 100,000 likes.
You is so funny. Okay.
Okay, do this.
Okay, thank you. So I'm focusing on utilization and on-time payments because those are the two biggest problems I felt like I had. Yes, I have about, I'm finna share something with y'all because I like to be transparent because I feel like that's the only way you can really help people. It's the only way you can really help people is if you be honest. So I have about $15,000 worth of debt. Please don't ask me how I got that. That I will not share with you. But what I will say, it came from a lot of...
Down below.
Stop. It came from a lot of... It came from a lot of bad choices, needing money quick. I might want to say like loans. That's good. Good job. I might want to say like they came from loans and different things, hospital bills. You know, they put that on the credit now.
Very quick. After you want these pants for free, they're blue and stuff. After you want to comment them, just go to the store very quick and just buy them for free. I mean, how is that made for free? Just get it now.
He want to be a content
Right now.
so bad. Okay, go in there and watch your cartoon so mommy can finish telling him about credit. Okay. So what I've been doing, like I said, is focusing on-time payments and utilization. So I got my credit card. I got me a secured credit card. That is, I know people say steer away from credit cards, don't get credit cards, but credit cards is literally one of the biggest ways to boost your score quickly. Only if you're not going to overuse it and every time that there is a payment due, you pay it. Sometimes even before it's due. So that's what I've been focusing on. I'm not gonna lie. When I first got it, I put $200 on it, right? This is my secured credit card. That's all I was approved for me to even put on the card because that's how bad my score was at first. It was $491. So I went ahead. Okay. So I went ahead. Bye. So I went ahead and I applied for a credit card, the only one I can get approved for. I did it through Experian. And I really think that a lot of people, Josiah, stop being so loud. I really think that a lot of people should not steer away from Credit Karma, but not fully rely on it. I went ahead and I paid for, you know, the membership. The first month is free on Experian. I went ahead and did that, and so you can get a more accurate score from the bureaus. It gives you all 3 scores and breaks it down for you really good. It shows you what you can do to approve it or whatever. So I got a credit card through Experian, through a company called Open Sky. And it was the only one I could get approved for. Most people, if your score hasn't even been established, you can get approved for like a Chase or a, what is that card called? I can't remember right now what it's called, but if you go on Credit Karma, it's one of the bigger ones that they're always trying to get. Capital One. You can get approved for a Capital One card, either secured or unsecured, depending on what you've been doing with your credit. So That's what I did. And something else that I also did, which is not something that a lot of people are able to do, because a lot of us don't even know people who have a good credit score or who are making good credit decisions. But if you do know someone who has a good credit score, let me tell you what I did. And this boosted my score 80 points. And then it went down for some other reasons, but I'll go into that too. Leave me alone. Don't let me tell you again. Any single parents out here that be trying to make videos and be like a social media influencer, I don't know how y'all do it with kids, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The boy always messing with me when I'm trying to record. Anyways, so yeah. So I went ahead and I did that credit card, and I've been making on-time payments on it. I have not used, you do not use more than 30% of whatever the amount you're approved for. So really, you shouldn't be spending it on nothing. Maybe one time a month, fill your tank up, and that's it. Especially if your limit is only $200. But got off topic. He walked in here and I forgot that I was telling y'all about how you can boost your score quickly. Okay, what you can do is, if you know someone who has good credit, if you know someone who is willing to meet you halfway on some things, what I did was I became like a co-signer on somebody else's credit. So what they did was they added me to their credit cards. They added me to their entire credit report. And what it does is what their score is mirrors over to my score. So say the person has a 750. That does not mean when they add you to their credit that you're going to have a 750. Like if you're having like a 300 or a 400 something score or no score. That's not how that will work. But it will boost you. I want to say for me it was 80 points. I'm imagining it can be like 50 to maybe 100 points. It can boost you depending on how well they're handling their credit. But the thing about this is if you can find someone that you can trust and you can get signed onto their credit and become an authorized user on their credit, then that will be a blessing. And all you have to do is explain to this person, because a lot of people, what they think is that will constitute a lot of risk. And it doesn't constitute any risk. All it does is reflects their score and their on-time payments onto your credit. So you just have to explain to them, I don't want any access to your credit card. I don't want a credit card. You can get it, because what will happen is when you become an authorized user, a card will be mailed, but you can just tell them, mail it to your address. I don't want nothing to do with your credit cards. I just want that reflection of on-time payments on my credit report. So I had a close friend of mine, and she did that for me. She has like a 7-something credit score. She makes on-time payments with her credit card. She has multiple lines of credit. And so once that I became authorized, and she got a card, and I told her, just send it to your house. I don't want nothing to do with that. Like, just send it to your house. Even sometimes I help her with the payments on her cards. If it's a little behind or she went over her utilization, because the one risk with that, I feel like it's more of a risk on the person who's asking to be authorized, because if they mess their credit up, they mess your credit up. If they don't pay off their credit cards, it's going to look like you don't pay off your credit cards. So that's one thing that you have to be cautious with. Just get and see if you can find someone that you trust. But if that is not an option for you, the first thing that you need to do is first acknowledge that you need to start practicing discipline. You cannot raise your credit score without discipline. When it comes to money, if you don't know how to manage your money and pay things on time, then that's the first thing that you have to focus on before you even get to the point where you're looking at your credit. And then once you get to the point where you're looking at your credit, that's when you need to start deep diving into research. How can you do disputes? How can you get stuff, the closed accounts, how can you get those dropped off? Like, I'm still learning about all of that stuff, because it's not good to have too many closed accounts. Revolving accounts are the ones that raise your credit score. And that's pertaining to the credit cards that you have. Those are revolving accounts. But that's a whole nother thing. Like, it's so much we need to learn about finances. It's so much that we do not know, and it is imperative that we learn this stuff, because credit is wealth. I don't care what anyone says to you. People might preach all day long, credit cards are bad, this, and that. You don't want to get a loan. You don't want to get a loan if you're irresponsible with money. You don't want to get a credit card if all you're going to do is swipe it. That's how you need to finish those sentences. But you need to want to get those things, pay them back on time, have a good payment history, and watch your score rise. I'm telling you. Next part that I'm going to work on and make a video for is when I figure out how to get these disputes off of my credit. When I figure out how to do that, I'm going to let y'all know all the keys. I'm reading about it now. It seems the best way to do it when you have larger sums of debt is to go ahead and do it through mail. When you do it through mail, it takes people longer to verify because people are faulty. You understand? When you do it online and you dispute it over the line, it's easy to verify it quickly. They can verify it in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Because a machine is helping them do that. But when you send it through the mail, it's like, dang, it got to go through the mail. It got to get there. It got to get there. They got to open it. They got to open it. They got to process it. They got to process it. They got to check it. They got to verify. Sometimes that can take months. And lucky you, if it take over 30 days, it automatically drops off your credit. So what I'm working on now is like the format of those letters. But that's what I wanted to share with you all. Like, it's super, when I say it's super easy, but it will become easy when you start to see your score rise and you start to be eligible for this loan or this mortgage. It's going to encourage you to continue to make good practices and be diligent about how you're spending your money and how you're paying things back on time. If you have any questions, please get in my inbox. Please send me any questions, inquiries, anything that you have, any topics that you want me to talk about, because I'm willing to break down anything. Like, we are in this together. I feel like all of us, we're all in the same class. We all trying to break generational curses. We all trying to get to the next level in life. And these keys are for everybody, but you take that key and you open your door. Okay, I can't control whether or not you open the door, but I will give you the keys. So y'all let me know if there's anything else that I didn't touch base on. If you have any other questions, I know it was a lot of interruptions through the video. If y'all need me to be more specific about anything, if I got off track and you got a little lost, just let me know. I'll be willing to break it all down for you. But right now, my son is calling me. And I think I really touched base on everything. It was great talking with you all, and I'll see you next time. If you have any questions, remember, send them. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to upload this one on YouTube. And peace.